It's all about perspective. Our point of view, Venus is the swag. Why you hating on me? Cause I be a reflection of thee. And we deserve unity. You my people when I don't wanna compete. But that mindset only come when you in a complete. Ashe. Peace, love, and light, and integrated darkness, my peoples. This is Venus Sublime. On your mind one time. No, but this is another podcast that I'm broadcasting to y'all from my sacred space. And right there was a little snippet of my song called Perspective. And I feel like that song is very, very relevant in these times of now to really just remind us that the things that we see in the way that we see them may not actually be what we're seeing, right? There's many different layers and perspectives and many different views of a certain situation and circumstance that we might not be seeing from the absolute truth of that perspective. So that, you know what I mean? That basically, from addressing that, right, that should show us that we shouldn't be so harshly judgmental towards our lives, ourselves, and other people, and our circumstances, because there's many different factors and perspectives that are that we might not be able to see in that moment and now. I mean, in that moment. And so that's why it's very important for us to meditate, bring our presence back to ourselves and slow down and observe rather than to harshly, quickly judge from being triggered from emotions, energies in motion, right? Emotions are energies in motion. And so sometimes when we have all these energies in motion around us, it moves us. It causes a reaction for us to be moved in that certain direction that those energies are moving us. So that's why education of thyself, I will always talk about this. Every time you tap into my podcast, I'm going to be sourcing everything rooted in education of thyself. So you hear a lot of people know thyself. Knowledge of thyself is important, but I'm actually taking it a step further and affirming, reaffirming, and projecting the importance of education of thyself. Because if you look up education and knowledge, you'll see that knowledge is the knowing of, but then education is more so you're educated of this knowledge, and now you're making movements and choices and your decisions based off of the knowledge and information that you've acquired. So that looks like, okay, I know who I am now. I know that I should be eating this, and I know that I can't eat that for my body because it's not in my genetic makeup. I know that I can't be around these certain people because they are of lower frequency, focusing on things that show that they don't know who they are, right? So that's going to influence me in a negative way. So I'm educated of the knowledge of thyself, so I'm going to move in this way instead of moving in that way, right? I'm going to move in the direction that is going to preserve my ultimate supreme being and essence, right? Sin means that it is the detriment, the abuse of man. It's like doing the opposite of what preserves life. Sabotaging, self-sabotaging ourselves is, and knowing that we're doing it, that's sin, right? Because we're going against life itself, our own life. And so I want to appreciate y'all tapping into this podcast today. I really just had it in my spirit to potentially just talk about the importance of kindness, right? I mean, it's radical that I have to talk about this, but it's very important because the more that I look out into the world and social media or just people, observing people. I love to observe people. So I like to kind of like, I love anthropology and archaeology. And I feel like, when I took those classes in college, it just prepared me, helped me to better understand myself and the ways of people. So then that way I can come from a space of understanding, overstanding, understanding, immerse standing. So then that way there's like a membrane connection. You know what I mean? Like there's a spark of, aha, I understand you. I see where you're coming from. I don't want to fight you and argue with you or be against you because I see that you're not against me. You're actually for me as well. So it's very important for us to really, like I said, be rooted in education of thyself and also know what it is to be a human being expression, right? We're in this world, but we're not of this world. So I wouldn't necessarily say that I'm human, right? But I will say that my soul has human expressions of itself here in this dimension of the human, right? Of the human experience, human existence, and exploration of the human psyche, right? And all of which the ways that we move, and the way we think, the things that we do, the meaning of life, why we do the things that we do, all those things are very exciting to me. And I feel like it's exciting to me because it's just built into my makeup to be excited about these things because this is Earth School here, right? And we get to learn more about our soul on a tangible level to where we can see the images and see that direct example demonstration of our souls in tangible flesh manifestations. Does it make sense? If not, just, you know what I mean, go ahead and listen to this again. Slow it down, take notes or whatever, but just more so, I'm not saying like take notes like writing things down. You can if you feel guided, but more so like allow your spirit to take a note of that. Allow your mind and your essence to take note of that observation, of certain observations that your spirit and your soul might be like, I see what she's talking about. I'd like to know more what she's talking about. And allow yourself, your own system to explore that because you're a multidimensional being and you have all these different facets of yourselves. It's just that when you come across other people that are actually demonstrating these things and living in that, then allows you to be activated as so too, because now you have further information that creates a more clearer picture in your mind, images that helps you to better understand things that are presented before you. So I don't plan for this podcast to be very long, but I do allow myself to open up to what is important and what needs to come out and what needs to be said. And that is the reason why I'm here now. Excuse me. And so if you feel guided. Actually, no, share this video with those that you feel that it might help them stimulate their mind and their soul and their spirit to be on the right direction, to focus on the righteous things that their soul is calling and screaming out for them to do. You know what I mean? So please do share this video. I like this video. What else can you do with this video? Share and like and subscribe to my channel. If you do feel like that this helps you in some type of way, better understand yourself, better understand your position in this world. Only you know those codes though. But just a reflection, a mirror reflection to help you think differently. That's really what I'm here for. So if this video or any of my videos helps you to think about different perspectives, to think differently, not what to think, but how to think, more so how to receive the information, the proper knowledge that you need in any moment, how to be in tune and in tandem with your inner system, your father, mother, inner child system, navigating you throughout this life experience. So please do like, subscribe, share, and moving forward now, let's get into this kindness. And why is it so important to be kind, right? And why is it that we even got to talk about this? Right? Like to me personally, I would say that it's very ridiculous. But at the same time, I would also be able to see logically, rationally, that a lot of people don't know how to reason, right? A lot of people are in pain and are hurting and suffering. A lot of people have experienced a lot of painful situations and relationships and betrayal and fear and doubt and worry energies. Like, a lot of people deal with these things every single day, right? And so the byproduct of dealing with these heavy emotions in our systems every day, dealing with betrayal and all these type of things, that actually does create a byproduct of nastiness, coldness, bitterness energy, right? More perpetuating more betrayal energy, based off of fear. And so that's not our true resonance. So I want to highlight that and remind you that whenever you deal with anybody who is projecting these certain energies or is intertwined, with these energies and houses these energies within themselves, there's deeper things than meets the eye for these beings, right? So I like to look at it. What has always kept me true into my integrity and into my tradition, right? I want to say, like, okay, my true tradition of my heart and my soul is to be a kind being, is to be a balanced, loving, reasonable, maturing being, right? And so I want to say that, hello, my love. Hello. I want to say that a mantra that's helped me throughout life up to right now, to help me keep my soul's tradition, to help me keep into my integrity and my true essence, has been able to look at people like, okay, well, they're sick. They're sick. They know not what they do. 151 on the clock, and 1313 as I on the recording. Maybe those numbers might resonate with someone. Look them up. But basically, that mantra has helped me stay true and firm to my soul's tradition. It is not my soul's tradition to be nasty, cold, and evil, and intentionally cause ill will towards people, and to be nasty and spiteful and disconnected. That is not my true soul's tradition. And I would like to say that for many of you, that is not your true soul's tradition either. Or for those, your loved ones, you know what I mean? That's not their true soul's tradition. But living life and being exposed to certain energies in this earthly plane can distort you, can begin to transform you for not the better, right? And that only will happen to you if you lose sight of education of thyself. That's why it is very important for you to be grounded, rooted, empowered, encapsulated in the vision and knowledge and knowing and understanding and education of thyself. That is the only thing that has helped me stay firm in my choices and decisions and my confidence of who I am moving forward and creating the life that I wish to experience, and not allowing me to be penetrated from lower level energies that are in pain maneuvering from their pain bodies. The only way that I have not been able to transform into one of them, right, is because I know who I am. I know who I am, and I educate myself daily about that knowing. So it's not just about, I know who I am based off of, my earthly record, my earthly movements and how I move, but I know who I am. I'm educated about my frequency, about my DNA, about my energy, about these deep sensitivities that living in earth can disconnect you from and make you desensitized. It's not a great thing to be desensitized. However, when you are desensitized, that quote unquote protects you from being able to feel at a deeper capacity all these different energies. Just feel. But then you want to keep in mind though, if you're disconnected from feeling these sensitive energies or these really subtle energies, then that means you can be disconnected from being able to feel the good emotions and good feelings, or just blissful energies and joyful energies and high vibrational energies. When you are disconnected from feeling, then unfortunately it will be very hard for you to enjoy life, enjoy the good things, because you are desensitized, to feeling deeper. You leave things on a surface level, living and operating from your unhealthy ego mind, to where, anything that could be of great sensation or great energy, you know what I mean? You won't allow that to happen in your cypher because you're scared of anything that's new or anything that might be of a potential threat. You know what I mean? So you just numb yourself off. And it's not healthy for us to live like that, because like I said, the byproduct is people become very nasty and cold and cold-hearted to you, because you know what I mean, they become so used to trying to protect themselves from those energies, to where they overprotect themselves out of beautiful life experiences, and it makes them, become bitter and nasty and not kind. But if we are looking at, the laws of Ma'at, or just the energies of Ma'at and universal divine law, you know what I mean? Like, moving forward past afterlife, past this earthly school, this earthly school of schooling, being schooled about the different energies that exist, that we can create, right? It's very important for us to basically my train of thought is trying to leave me, but you guys get the message though. It's basically a lot of people that are mean and cold-hearted, they deeply just want love. We all want the same things here, and we all really start off like that, like, you know what I mean, like with those components of being kind and just that wonderment and wanting to experience and be open to life, but all those situations unfortunately make us close off to life. And so I want you to be the one that knows these things and chooses love, chooses kindness, chooses to demonstrate your true tradition, your true hearts and soul's tradition, no matter what is opposed, you know what I mean, to you, or no matter what type of energy that people bring to you. I've learned that there's been times that, okay, like I'll mirror it back and I'm like, okay, but that just allows me to be just like them. And that's what I refuse to be, because that's not my true nature. That's not my true soul's tradition. You know what I mean? So when you hold your light and you hold your kindness and you hold up, your integration of these energies, you hold that up before them, being a mirror of demonstration of your true soul's tradition, then that actually serves a greater purpose and helps them to see and remind them, wow, this is my truth. Like, this is that's who I truly am. Like, I'm really loving and kind and considerate and present, you know what I mean? And sensitive at my core too, but then this persona of, the unhealed ego or unhealthy ego will just automatically, be like, oh, people ain't shit. They ain't shit. Whatever. And we then live a life closed off, and it does not feel good, is what I'm saying. So may this video or this podcast inspire you to see beyond what it is that you see. Because what we first see at an eye level may not be what it is going on and dwelling at a core soul level. And when you perpetuate something to someone and you keep telling somebody, you ain't shit, you're cruel, you're asshole, this and that, you're just pretty much perpetuating to that person, in their subconscious mind, who is not who they truly are, but that's who you're programming them. You're perpetuating that to be true for them. And it's not true. So why don't you be the differentiating factor in life, in people's life, and show up as your true essence, stand firm in that, no matter what it is that they spew, it does not affect you, because that's not of you. So when you hold that up and then you're able to be that one differentiating factor in that being's life, imagine the shift that can happen. Because if one of us is sick, to be honest, we're all sick. So I don't want anybody to try to be on their high horse and then try to be like, oh, I'm this and I have this knowledge. Oh, and I don't do that. Or that person ain't shit because they talk like this or they move like that. No. We are all sick. We know not what we do. Right? Until we become more educated of ourselves. Until we become more deeply devoted in exploring more of that education of thyself. Right? Because we don't want to be the ones that's condemning people. We're not God. We're reflections made in God's image. But we are not the dictator and the judgment caller for anyone's life. And so who are we to try to call and claim and affirm someone to be someone or anything other than who they truly are at core? Only God and only that person knows who they are and know their true heart. Only you and God knows your true heart and your true essence and your true intentions. It is not our responsibility to try to affirm and confirm anyone to be anything. It is our responsibility to show up as us, to give off the codes and energy and images that we bring to create the life that we add to, right? Our specific and personal energetic signature and makeup paints and colors this earthly realm in the most beautiful ways that no one else can add. No one else can be you. No one else can sign and signature the way that you can. And it's a beautiful, powerful signature, and we all need it. So I encourage you and empower you to keep showing up as you. Do not lose sight of your true soul's tradition. If you do not know what your true soul's tradition is, it is time for you to Sankofa. Google that if you don't know what that means, but Sankofa, to take it back to your roots, to go back to know where you came from. And you know what I mean? And I'm not specifically talking about like your bloodline or like, you know what I mean, like your ancestors in that type of way. But then again, I am talking about that, but more so energetically on a soulful level. Sit with yourself. Come to know who you are at core. Hello. Sit with yourself and come to know who you are at core. And when you are in true alignment and true and in that God point, that zero reset factor where it's just silence and calm and it's just a creation point. You sit with yourself there. You allow yourself to self-soothe and to come back fully. You bring your soul back into your body and allow your body and yourself to observe your soul. And your soul will communicate to you. That's only if you allow that space to be present. And you can only do this through focusing on the education of yourself, not what the world is doing, not what he or she did to you, not what, you know, your mom and your dad didn't do for you or what they did. This is about the education of your core soul's tradition. Get in tune with that, and anything else in this world will not be able to sway you and move you away from that innate knowing and power center, right? So be mindful that when you're not kind, that you're just perpetuating that same ass energy that you don't even like. So now you've become what you don't like, what you don't respect, you know, what you don't accept. And then when you become that, then you begin to just continue to tear yourself apart, because now you're tearing yourself apart because you don't like what you've become. And it's not even you to begin with. That shit not even you. Those energies don't even belong to you traditionally at core from your soul. So when we are able to know these things, we can come to a healing energy, a mending of our perspective of how we view ourselves and how we're supposed to be moving, how we see how we're supposed to be moving. And we can really come from a space of, okay, I see that I've become this quote unquote monster because what is the word I'm going to say? Because I've assimilated into these energies that I hated, that I never even wanted to be, No wonder why I attack myself. No wonder why I don't trust myself. No wonder why I judge myself harshly. No wonder why I'm ashamed of myself. No wonder why I live in guilt. No wonder why I could create more scenarios and circumstances to feel more guilt and more shame and more bullshit. Because you're ciphering with energies that is not even yours to begin with. Don't get comfortable with shit that's not yours. So on that note, I know this got kind of deep, you know what I mean? Like, in that direction, but I just really wanted to just really talk about, you know, just address how important it is for you to be kind, because people are sick. They don't know what they do. And even if you think that you know somebody, you don't know them like that. You know what I mean? We're all ever-changing beings, and we all can shift our realities in a millisecond. Is that really, if your focus is there, your heart is in tandem with that, you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, the divine will and shall make a way. It's in you. So when you looking out at other people, and before you try to harshly judge a person, choose to be kind. Choose to be the one that reflects the light. Because there's so many people out here already reflecting the darkness in people. It's so easy to do that shit. In a world of pain and suffering. Be true to your soul's tradition and be loving and be kind. Be light as a feather, like Ma'at, inside of yourself. But you can only get there once you become educated of thyself. And if you need any type of help and assistance, any type of direction, clarity, any type of support system, physically or mentally, spiritually, contact me at venussublime333@gmail.com and send me an email and let me know that you're interested in having a session with me. There's really no labels. It's just an education of thyself session where we'll sit down together and really feel into the energies and see what it is that you might be overlooking, right? Because it's hard to try to like look and see all what's inside of your will if you're inside the will as well, right? But imagine if you had someone that's outside the will looking in, and then they can recall to you what it is that they see. And then you can sit with that inside the well and feel those vibrations and feel those energies to be true or not. We all deserve to have people in our lives that can hold space for us like that. Instead of just always falsely judging and just being dismissive and acting like they don't give a fuck, they don't care. We need to come more into the education of ourselves so we can see why we even became that way as a species and really see the truth of the matter at the depths of the cores, the makeup of people, and see like, okay, they're sick. They know not what they do. That's not who they truly are. And I know this to be true. And I've experienced this. And I actually experienced something like traumatic or just with, people or someone that was able to like really show me that, okay, in this realm, it's mental warfare. You know what I mean? I could feel that their heart and their soul is pure and they're loving and that's who they truly are. But at the same time, like, don't get bamboozled and try to like, and be like, oh, well, I see the greater good in this person and allow them to fuck you over. That's not part of education of thyself. Education of thyself leads to self-preservation in a healthy, balanced manner. And so, yes, if someone's being evil, just, projecting from that space of pain, from their pain body, do not accept that at all whatsoever. Address what needs to be addressed. But at the same time, do not embody what they're embodying and become the same exact thing. No one will be able to see the truth in that matter. Be brave and courageous in your true heart's tradition and move from that space. So once again, if you need any type of assistance, you want to connect with me so I can be able to help with insight, further direct you in spirit towards education of thyself, hit me up on Instagram, IG, Venus Sublime, or if you want an education of thyself session with me, then contact me directly via email, venussublime333@gmail.com. I send so much love, so much healing, so much grace, so much integration of your darkness. Do not be afraid of what you find and what you see there within the darkness. Darkness doesn't necessarily mean evil. It's just more so the things that you cannot see, the things that are not so quick to the eye, right? You have to feel into the vibrations and feel in to see what it really is. And so I send you so much gratitude and grace and elevated head space, elevated mind space, elevated soul space, heart space, I allow us to be here in this moment of now, of gratitude. And I want to thank you, Divine Mother, Father, Spirit, angels, archangels, inner child, universal energies for the grander, greater good, who protect us always and always give us the proper knowledge and information that we need in each moment and now. Thank you for allowing us to be able to see the truth beyond any illusions, to recognize and realize that only love is real. So always bring us grounded and rooted in that truth, and for us to not sway away from what is our true hearts, our true souls, our true essence tradition. On that note, I love you all. And may you continue to explore more of who you are. And do not get discouraged by this world's pain, but more so be inspired to shine your light brighter, because of you see that that's what this world needs. Ashe, y'all. Stay grounded in who you are. Stay rooted in your essence, the essence of who you are. And shine bright stars. Ashe, yo.